Howdy you little tinkers, I'm Toastbloke, and today I'm going to do what I failed to in the previous episode and build myself a lovely little PvE style boat. Let's get cracking. What a stunning view we have here from my base, from the top of the head of my brand new mammoth. I'm so happy that we managed to get this. It just took a little bit longer than I thought it would in the previous episode, which means part of the task that I set out to achieve, which was to build myself a way of transporting myself and my teams around the map, didn't end up happening, and that's why we're going to do it today. Now, I have noticed a couple of little problems, a few causes for concern. Best have a little drink here. Now, if you look in the distance, you'll notice something. Where is it? There it is. We have our little alpha raptor knocking about, and I'm pretty sure there was an alpha carno too. Either way, it looks a little bit deadly travelling down the river, but I need to, because I want a little bit of depth under my boat, under my raft, when I try to build it. Because you do get a few issues if you try and build it in the shallow water. Now, because I want to use my mammoth to get wood and thatch, because I want to be collecting some fibre with my scythe, we're going to have to take that with us when we go. I'm also debating taking my RG, just so I've got something, you know, that can help out a little bit with protection. Get on this raft. I am not at all a PvE builder, but I've got some techniques that I've picked up along the way, which may or may not be useful in trying to create something a little bit PvE. I guess we're going to find out. Now, I have messed about with some PvE building a little bit before, but nothing amazing, nothing, you know, drastic. Why is that hanging on? Why is that hanging on the back like that? Did it catch that rock somehow? I now really can't see if it's with me or not. We're just going to have to hope. Don't want to leave it behind, especially with those alphas knocking about. But what can you do? Oh, I can see it there. I can see its hairy leg. I hope it's its leg. I mean, could be something else hanging down. Its trunk. Its trunk, of course. What were you thinking? Oh my God, sort your dirty mind out. Right. We'll just head down the river. Tuck into the left as best we can. Yeah, there's the carno there. I knew it. We had to come past them to come up the river on our way back from getting this mammoth. I just would hate for them to latch onto us now and ruin everything we've worked so hard for. Still got the mammoth? We'll have. What's aggroed on us? I'm not seeing anything. Is the game tripping? It might be tripping. Oh no, the alpha raptor's right there. I think we can probably, you know, outrun it in the water on the raft, I'd like to think. So we'd probably lose aggro pretty quickly. But I never trust this game. I don't feel like you can ever be too cautious in ARK. It's like, it's better to be cautious. Be as cautious as you can all of the time. Let's just turn it here. And I'll stop. See where we're at. I can always adjust that. But I want to get the mammoth onto land first. Make a little camp, I guess. So you go there. RG, you can stop following us now. And in fact, I would like it if you would land. There we go. Go on. Come on. Get down. Go on. Move. No? Not going to? No, you are. You're just going to take an absolute age about it. Right, and fly miles away and keep going. Yeah, you do you. Yeah, fantastic. Brilliant. I want you over here. Right? Why would I want you over there? I'm here. The mammoth's here. And apparently there's some compies here too. We'll just whistle things passive. So now danger starts happening. I've just got these guys in place. I don't want them flying off again. You know? Especially after the hassle. You think you're escaping? Oh no, that's not how this works, kidder. That's not how this works. You don't get to come and jump me, start attacking me, you know, stepping up on me, and then running away when the going gets tough. I do not think so. Anyway, I'm kind of got things in position, and I'm on my mammoth. I was going to get off, but what is the point? Raft's in place, you know, everything's looking good, but we do need these resources. So what have we got on the mammoth? A load of tripe. I don't want any of this. Don't want any of this. Don't want this, this. We'll just start dumping stuff that we're definitely not going to want and need, I think. And we've got some stats to put on this. Now, weight's going to be important. So I think we get weight to at least 1,000. Getting the melee up a little bit's going to help, you know. Especially for harvesting. Being able to do some damage to the things we're, you know, chopping up and chopping down. And I think we'll just keep those bits. And I'm just going to head out and smash up some trees. Who's this? How dare you? Just out here attacking my orgy while it's on passive. There's no way you'd be beating that if that wasn't on passive. How dare you? You little clip. I don't believe it. The nerve, these little Dilophosaurs. I am chock-a-block with wood, and it's had to start raining. Why did it have to start raining when I'm going to be working outdoors building a boat? Absolutely typical. But, I mean, it means I can fill my water jar up without having to make the extra meter walk to the water, which I guess is pretty helpful. Now, this is, like I say, absolutely rammed full, which is good. I've got plenty of wood, plenty of thatch. I might want to get a bit more thatch, but I think I'd rather have more wood right now for building this boat. And I'm going to head out with my scythe and just start getting some fibre. Right, that's a good amount of fibre. I'm happy with that. I'm just going to stick that on the mammoth as well. Kind of use it as, I guess, a little workshop. Well, more like a cupboard really, isn't it? I could make cupboards, but what's the point when we've got all this carry weight here and he is doing fine. I'm going to use the RG right now as well, which is also carrying nothing important, to get rid of this bird here, because it's just gonna hassle us. I know it is, and it's gonna nick something that I really want to keep. Don't think there's any more knocking about. If there was, I would also bray them, but I don't think I need to be braying anything. I think that's the area pretty much safe. It's a chill area as it is. Now then, few little last bits to do to prepare. And one is going to be getting rid of this fire. I don't want this on here. And does my raft need repairing? It doesn't look like it does. No, it does. It does. So let's maybe grab some bits and just get the raft fixed up. I don't want to really build on a raft or around a raft for the raft to then just be broken. Like, what is the point? Yep, I should be able to move around with this much stuff, I hope. If I can't, I've got some things to be worried about. And that'll just repair the tiny little bit of damage that's been done to this. And then I'm going to put things back on here that I don't need to be carrying. So, just clean up. Now, I do have one slight concern, and that is, what is the time? The time of day is 2:30. We're going to have to get cracking. I was thinking, it feels dark, do I need to wait till the morning? But I think we're just going to get cracking. I feel like we're there. Now, I'm not sure if we've got the parts unlocked that I'm going to want to use to build this. So, we're going to do that at least. And I'm just going to have a scroll through and get all the things I think I might need to build a PvE style boat. Now, we've got a foundation. I want those. We want walls, ceilings. I'm going to want one of these. That will be explained soon. I need the triangle ceiling, the triangle foundations. I'm going to want, probably get the sloped walls in there, both sides. I'm definitely going to want pillars for doing some proper building now. Don't care about stairs yet. But would a hatch frame be cool? I think it would, you know. I think we can do a hatch frame with a trapdoor. That would be pretty sick. I've got railings. They could come in handy. Am I going to want windows? Yeah, it might be nice to look out from the boat. Catwalks, I'm not going to bother with. Windows, I'm not going to bother with. Just the window frame's enough. Rope ladder, that feels very boaty. I feel like that's a shout. Is that everything that I would maybe want. I like double doors better than single doors, so let's get those unlocked. And yeah, other than that, I can't really think of any building pieces I might need or require to get a boat built. I think that's potentially it. Yeah, nice one. There are a few things I'm going to want to make that aren't for the boat, such as thatch ceilings. I'm going to want a few of these. We'll make 6. It's a good number. And the reason I want these is I'm going to use them for a specific building trick. Okay? I've got a few tricks and we'll go through them as I'm building, but we're going to need those. Also, pillars, I'm going to need those for the tricks. So I want to make a few of them. What am I out of? It's probably wood. It looks like it's wood. So we'll pick up some more stuff and hopefully we can make some more pillars. I'm going to make... We'll make 5 of them as well. Oh no, I can't. I can only make 4. Is the wood gone again? Yeah, we'll have 5. Just a nice number, isn't it? I don't know why I've gone for 6 for the ceilings and 5 for the pillars. I could have done this. Oh, damn it, we'll do the same. And I'm getting a level up for that. So, hey, can't complain. Where are we at? I've got 300 health. Don't care about stam. Got a little bit of fortitude. Weight I'm putting up. Movement speed I'm putting up. I think I'm going to get this up to about 130. So... I've got my ceilings, I've got my pillars. I'm going to need the parts for building. Now I want foundations, so I'm going to make some wooden foundations. I'm going to pick up as much of this stuff as I can. And I know for the first part, for making the centre of the boat, I'm going to need one of these. This is also for a building tip. And then I'm probably going to want 4 foundations, and I can make 4 foundations. I guess I'll make things as we go. We've got the materials. It just makes sense to do it that way. And we'll do this step by step. And I'll explain to you the best as I can the tricks that I'm using, why I'm using them, and how you might like to use them, hopefully, going forward if you find them interesting. You might already know them. They're nothing flash. But, you know, they are helpful. They are useful if you're using vanilla building like I am. This is all official settings. So, I guess the first thing I'm going to show you, I'll show you on land. Now, the concept is, right, people like to place a foundation and they think it's too high, you know, and they like to lower it. So they use a pillar and they pop that in the middle and then they can place a foundation ever so slightly lower beside it. See that? Get 2 snap points. And they'll do that like 20 times to get the foundation low. Well, a lovely little trick is if you just pop a pillar in the ground, that finds the lowest snap point that you can get for that part of the map, for that specific area. And then you can put your pillar as low down as the mesh will actually allow. Now, this concept works also on platforms. But the way that you get that to work is you have to put down a fence foundation. Because if you put down a fence foundation, you'll notice the pillar's snap there on the raft is higher than the snap on the foundation. So using the foundation also finds the lowest snap point on the raft, you know. So that fence foundation's handy. Now I'm tripping a little bit here. I'm glitching a little bit on the raft, so I'm going to pull out to sea. Hopefully that fixes it. It's going to be really annoying building this if the game's going to choose to do this today. Sometimes the game's just a little bit weird. Yeah, it's lagging back. I don't really know why either. I'm having a horrible time on the raft. Bit strange. But that's what's happening. I don't get that far away. I was just hoping it would fix the raft. Looks like we're going to be building an extra hard mode today. Extra difficult mode. But that's alright. So, yeah, that's a really handy trick. Now, as well as using that trick, I'm going to use something that I kind of found was helpful for me for lining things up. Now, I guess this is trick number 3. You know, we've got pillar for low foundation, fence post and pillar for lowest foundation on a platform. Now this one's just to line yourself up. If you drive the raft, don't push any keys, any buttons. Just get off the raft, and if you look straight down without turning or strafe, you're perfectly parallel with the end of the raft. Right? Now that means when I put my fence foundation down, all the things that connect to this and snap to this are going to be perfectly parallel. Now, I want to get 4 foundations perfectly on the base of this. And the way I found out and do it is, see this little mark just above where I've got the foundation, you know, in the wood. It starts here, finishes here. If I line the top up with that little brown mark in this join between these 2 planks of wood there, and then put this so that the next one along, the next join, the next place the planks meet, is bang in the middle of that foundation, and I pop that down, this gives me the perfect snap to get my foundations around the raft, like so. Bang on the corner, perfect. And if I want to, I can always switch that to block. You might have to get off and look in the water because it's so low to the raft, it just recognises the raft through it. But yeah, that's perfectly in the corner, and you'll notice that join is kind of in the middle of the net there. So that's what I like to do. If you're quick enough, you can pick these up. I might not be for this bit, but it doesn't matter. I don't need it anymore. Now, luckily for me, I don't need to rotate this. The panels or the planks on this foundation are facing where I want them to. Now, when I look at boats, you know, the bow of the boat is always a little bit raised to the middle of the boat, right, where the hull is. And then the back, the stern, is also raised. I don't know a lot about boats, but I feel like I've got those words right. I am from a boat building city, traditionally. So I know a little bit here and there. There's a lot of boat museums knocking about. I want to use as few pieces to create the raises as possible because this is official settings and you don't have a lot. You'll be able to build this unofficial if you want. What I'm going to do is another trick. I want to pop a pillar in here. Now, I want to raise this foundation quite a bit, but I want it about a step size. Now, if I use these ceilings that I made and build out one from the pillar, I'll be able to get a new snap point. Now, there'll be 3 available. There'll be the one that lines up with the pillar below. There'll be the one above, which lines up with what this would do if you connected it to the top of that pillar, but there is one in between. And just looking off to the side and looking down usually helps you find that. So I'm just going to take my time here, hopefully find it. It's not going to work, is it? You'll see that, though, is sticking out at the top. That's the correct snap point. Now, if I want to put this pillar here, you'll now notice it's raised. See how that's slightly higher? It's not raised as much as I want, though. Now, because this is sticking through, I can put a ceiling on top of that one too and build out again. Now, this should raise it by the same height again because I'm going to do the same trick above that pillar's height. And this might be easier because, one, there's not a foundation beside. It is. And also, you know, it's a little bit further away from the raft. Now, when I come back here and I go to place this one, you notice it's even higher. We get that higher snap point. So all I've done there is pillar in, ceiling on top, built across, find the snap point with the next pillar where it sticks out the roof a little bit, snap a ceiling at the top, and repeat, and that'll give you, I like to class it as 4 steps. If what I showed you on land with the 1 step down with the pillar trick, this to me feels like 4 steps up. I don't know, but that's how I talk about it. Now, I can get rid of all of this scaffolding, as we probably call it, and I've got my pillars in the places that I want them to, I guess, get the height for the bow of the boat, which is nice. The rest will be just normal height, but this saves me building up the bow with extra walls and things when we've got a really small structure limit. Now, it's coming up to being late. I wonder if we can pull off the next trick before it gets dark. Hopefully we can. Right, let me grab this foundation. You'll notice I can snap the foundations together on here, but I can't snap any off the side of the raft. Well, by getting a thatch ceiling. Wood ceilings work with some items. Thatch ceilings work with every foundation that I've tried, so I would stick with thatch. I can now snap under that ceiling off the edge, and when I pick the ceiling up, even if I pick these foundations up here, it'll work. That will stay there. It's incredible, right? And I can repeat the process to the side here, and I can snap another foundation under there. But I've run out of foundations. Now, I'm not going to want these ones here in the end, more than likely. I just want the bow of the boat raised. So I'll get rid of those. Like I say, it stays. And can I make a foundation? Yeah, I can. Nice one. And that's going to start off the front section of the boat build. There we go. So I've got those where I want them. And that's another little trick you can use when building on rafts. Now then, I've got my 2 heights. I've got the tall ones at the front where I want them and the small ones at the back. I guess I'll go and make 3 more to finish off this main section of the raft. So, Mr. Mammoth. It is a Mr., right? No. Miss Mammoth. Apologies. We're just going to get more of the bits that we need. And I wanted 3 more foundations, I believe. I can make 1. Am I out of fibre then? Because I just carried everything else across. Yeah, 2, 3. And then I will want more. But I think we'll do this bit by bit, like I say. Makes it easier for me to carry things across as well. Without being absolutely cucumbered. Whoa, calm down, girl, calm down. Everything's fine. We're all good. Now then, just to finish off what I was saying. If I snap these to this lower one, because of that positioning at the start, just pushing Q there to make sure they go down, because they were stuck between snap points, weren't sure what they wanted to do. I can stand on here and drive the raft as if these foundations aren't here. Alright? So by doing what I did before with the pillar and the fence foundation, it lowers them so that I can access the raft through the foundations. But also, the little beautiful thing is, the positioning that I used gets these perfectly around the main body of the raft. So yeah, nice little trick there. Now I do think it's getting a little bit too dark to continue here. I'm struggling for all the shadows. I reckon we wait until morning. It's morning and it's raining again. This is legit the worst time to build a boat. Like, it'd be nice if it was dry. Hope it doesn't fill up. Hope it doesn't end up sinking before it's built. Shouldn't. Hopefully it's got decent drainage. Just going to take the torches off here. I put them on so I could make sure I could see any potential upcoming dangers. I know it's not too dangerous around here, but I do worry those alphas could find their way along. And now what I want to do is get this looking a little bit boat shaped. Now the way I'm going to do that is going to be with some triangle foundations and some normal foundations. So I'm going to need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 triangle foundations and 2 normal foundations, I think. Let's have a look and see if we've got the stuff to build this. Did I say 8 triangle? Hope so. If not, my memory's not very great. 5, 6, 7, 8. Sound like I'm singing steps here. What the hell? Right. And then I wanted 2 of these, right? Lovely. That's just what we need there. So I'm going to go and put these on. I'm going to be using the thatch ceiling method again. It's just what you need to do. Another good thing, by the way, about us keeping this skinny isn't just structure count. It doesn't look aesthetically pleasing, but you can access this raft from the side, even from the outside, without having to get on it and get to the rudder control, I would guess. What's that called? I'm acting here like I know about boats, and I'm just thinking, what on earth is that called? But, you know, wouldn't better drive the boat. So you can hit it from the side, and that'll bring you onto the boat, which is nice. Now, to get the boat shape, we'll start at the bow of the boat. I'm going to use these ceilings again. And just like with the square foundations, these triangular ones will clip underneath. See that? Tasty, tasty. So we'll put one there and one there. We'll get these picked back up because I want to reuse them. Now, it gets a little bit tricky here because you'll notice you get this weird arc, I guess, of snap points. Now, the one you want is either of the ones in the middle. If I snap that there and that ceiling is covering that gap, this will actually flip and go right into there, like so, which is spot on. And then we just repeat the last one to get the point on the front, pop that there, get our little triangle, bang that underneath, and there we go. We've got a pointy front, and it's raised like a boat should be. Now I want to do the back, and I've gone out how many at the front there? 1, 2, 3. Technically, I'm not going to count the point of the boat as an actual whole row of boat foundations. It's more there just for the aesthetic. I'm going to pop these here, and we'll get those 2 foundations on the back. could probably not do those to keep it smaller, but I feel like, you know, you want a bit of space behind where you drive the boat from so your character doesn't get trapped. And then we're going to do the same with the triangles on the back, only I don't want this pointy. So it looks like I'm going to have a spare triangle foundation. I must have got trigger happy with my counting. Right, let's put that in there. And here, presto. Front, back of the boat, all shaped and looking saucy, if you ask me. Now, the last little touch I want to do is just change these to block foundations. I think it makes the boat look a bit nicer when it looks more like a boat than it does a table, if that makes sense. These ones in the middle don't matter so much. And the only thing I hate about raising the foundation is, but luckily it's under the water, is that they are at different heights, which doesn't look very boaty at all, but it's just what we've got to deal with. What's this? Yeah. Charcoal. Oh, is that from when I brought the fire? Oh, sick. I'll keep that, man. We need that. RG, you can take care of the things I don't want to be carrying right now, and I'll keep the things that I do. We've got the shape of the boat done. I guess what I need to do now is wall this out. And this is going to be technically building the hull of the boat. So I'm going to want to be able to make quite a lot of walls. I don't know how many. I'm just going to craft up as many as I can currently make. And tell you, that's not going to be enough. 6. I know that much. Can we make some more? Another 5. Let's make more. Yeah, we'll try that. We'll see where we're up to with these. I guess I'll start at the back placing these. Now, some people like to place walls facing, you know, the opposite way. Like to flip it like so for a certain look. I don't care. Especially not for this build. So I'm not going to. Oh my god, are we close to having the right amount? We're too short, we're too short. Well, we're not too short as in too short. Chris Peacock is pretty short. He's as short as you can be. But when you're building a one high structure, it's actually good to be short in this game. But I mean, we're too short, as in the number 2 short of walls, not, oh my god, I've just realised that I'm too short to reach the cupboard in the kitchen. No. Yeah, it's not the case. It's funny, I think you can't tell really how tall people are when you look at them online, I guess. A little bit tricky if you've got no reference or any comparison. But I think 6'1's not too short. So I think I'm probably tall enough. Now that's going to go here, so I'm going to hang on to that because I want to be able to get on and off this raft. But I've got to work out if I want to close things off. Now I'm thinking if the hull is in here, or the hold of the ship, and I'm going to want to floor across the top, we're going to have a gap where the raised section is. So I'm actually going to use that wall now just to fill that in, which means I'm going to need another 1 or 2 walls for this lower part of the ship. And then we're going to be working on getting ceilings made. So let's jump back over to Miss Mammoth, who needs a name desperately. Should call her Boaty, because she's helping us out here build me boat. Let me have a think. I said I wanted 2 walls, and then I want ceilings. Now the center section is 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I had 2 square ones on the bow of the boat, and I had 2 square foundations just in front of the stern. So let's make that many. So just straightforward building now. Should be on a roll. Should be on a roll. We didn't have all that much of a problem for how much we're glitching about on the boat. Now, this is something I take great pride in, right? I like my ceilings and things to be the same direction as, you know, the foundations on the floor. In a way this is all angled, I cannot get that snap point. It doesn't exist for us. So I feel like I'm not going to put these down necessarily until I can build the back triangle. Do I have stuff on me? Maybe, just maybe, building these 3 triangle ceilings, because they need to go above the triangle foundations. Just maybe they'll give me, what snap points? They want to give us that one. That's the one it wants to give us. Same that side. Maybe they'll reorientate. Yeah, there we go. So we can get the snap point that I want now. Very nice. And we'll just do this all over here. That's not what I want. How come all these other ones going to go how I want them? And then you're going to be out here doing us dirty twice in a row. You learn to have patience playing ARK. You learn to have patience. There we go. Just hitting Q just to try and cycle the snap point and get it to hold one. You know, I tend to hit it, hold it down. Another little tip there. Tends to give you the one you want if it's not being given you it. And we've got the, well, I guess the hull of the boat built. May as well pop this wall on now. And I'm happy with that. I'm thinking I can make a ladder to get on top. Or, even better, why don't we just walk Big Bertha here out next to the boat? I should be able to parkour across onto that, right? I think so. Have I got the stuff to make more foundations? Well, not foundations, ceilings. I need 1, 2, 3, 4 triangular ones, I think. So let's have a little look in here. Can I make 4? I can make 6, so I can definitely make 4. We'll make those. And then did I get the 2 normal ceilings already? Yeah. Cool. And that'll be the next phase of our little boat build complete. Everything's been weird around this raft today. I don't know why. Why is it being so weird? It's so buggy and glitchy. Right. I might have to kill my guy. Sometimes I find when I'm having issues with rubber banding type situations, just killing my guy. Just kill your character and it fixes it. I don't know why. It makes no sense that should happen. Hang on, how's that looking at the back? Yeah, it's not looking like that at the back. Oh no, please don't say I'm stuck in here now. Oh no. Oh no. I might be stuck in here. Right, we might have to break a wall just to get out. Repair that later. And we'll try again on here. Oh, that was a better jump. Still a bit weird. Still glitching about the place, but it's not going to give us the snap point I want, is it? It's gonna make us have this weird angle. I guess we're going to have to go with it. Why is that one lining up like that? Hang on, is it this side that needs to line up like that? Because it's a different type of... Oh, it might be why then. So we've got the boat built out. That's as good as I'm getting it. Still, when I run that way... No, it's happening that way now. It seemed really smooth, and then it stopped being smooth. What is wrong with this? And is that midday? Oh my god, we need to hurry. So, yeah, that's the base of the boat done. Now, we need a way again into the hold of the boat. Can I make the hatch frame? I did make one. Yeah, I did. Nice. Let's get the hatch. And I want a ladder, but I want to go rope ladder. So, I think I'll pop that just in the middle here. And that's not lined up with the rest of them. Typical. Can I get it to? I can. And let's put the hatch on, see which way that opens. That way. Which means I like my ladder opposite. I mean, it go beside. But on the metal ones, it forces your ladder to go opposite. So I kind of try and keep in with the rules. It's one of the things that's awful about building an ARK. It's not consistent. Like, not even between, you know, different materials that you use, different levels such as metal and whatever. Certain things work with some that don't apply to others, and it's so strange. Can I make a rope ladder? Where's the rope ladder? Where is it? Can you not make that on your persons? Doesn't look like it. Or no, you can. I'm just not looking properly. We just need a lot of thatch, and we're out. Well then, I guess me and Miss Mammoth are off out to get some thatch. That should do us. Just drop the berries that I got. Just getting in the way. Don't want too much that's going to confuse us in the inventory of the mammoth. So I think that works out. And we're back to getting this boat built. So what was I making? I was trying to make a rope ladder, wasn't I? So if I get this, there we go. And we can only make one with that. Wow. Wow, that's quite a lot of thatch for what it is. But we want it. We got it. Let's get this inside. And like I say, I want it opposite the hatch. There we go, nice rope ladder. Feels a little bit more boaty, a little bit more piratey. And then when we drop in here, we've got our hold of the boat. You can drive the boat from here. And, you know, you can keep things, I guess, locked away and safe in there. Right. What would I do now? I guess we want walls. We want walls because we want to build up the actual level of the boat. Now, I'm thinking along the back where it curves round. It's going to be 1, 2, 3, maybe 5 walls for the back of the boat. I can make 5. Sometimes this game knows. You don't even need to think. It knows the answer. You just got to trust it. I should have just made them and seen. It would have worked. It would have worked out. Let's jump across here. Oh, are we getting challenged by something? No? Right. So back of the boat. Just pop these around. Kind of want to make sure they're all the same height. They aren't. Why is this one popping up? What are you popping up for? Must be snapping to the ceiling rather than the actual wall below. There we go. That's better. All the same height now. And that's going to be the back of the boat. I'm going to want to raise that higher again, in fact. So I think I'm going to want 3 walls. And this might be where the angles come in nice. Just to taper this off. So let's make another 3 walls. 1, 2, 3. And then get these slopes here. I think this should look cool. I think. Like I say, this isn't my forte at all, but I think it could look cool. I think it could look cool. And again, just trying my best here to keep the count real low in regards to structures. Now, I feel like I should be able to get up here, and this should be raised a little bit. Maybe even have some captain's quarters in there. So if I make a tiny room, I'll probably get away with just doing a 2-wall room. Maybe have a rope ladder or some stairs up onto the top and a railing. That could look good. Let's try that. Let's try that. Right, we are going to grab a double door for captain's quarters. And I think I might like to go stairs to get up there, to be honest with you. But I'm going to need 3 triangles. And if I want a railing. And do I need a wall? Did I make the wall for beside the door frame? I didn't. I'll put this in and then I'll decide how I want to go about it. But let's get that snapped into the back there. 1 either side. Try and match the ones below. And it's going to be a tiny little room, but it just, you know, it's not very functional, but it adds some character. I'm going to put the door on the left side. Purely because, you know, the left side's the right side of the road, am I right? Yeah. UK, we're here on the left. So I'm going to stick on the left. Now you'll notice, because there's so many snap points and we're on a raft, that's just going to be a tinker. It's going to keep trying to snap to the ceiling, and unfortunately door frames snap below a ceiling. Too low, they don't snap to the right place in this game. The way I like to get around that is they always snap to one snap point above. Look, there's no flickering. And that just helps you get that lower snap point. There we go. So now the doors at the right height, just with that little bit of help, they're guaranteed to snap where you want them to. And I'm putting my door in there. I said about a railing. Which side is that going to want to be? It's going to want to be this side. So you're not going to want to climb up in front of the door. I think that's a bit of a back of the boat. It might be nice in here though, because it feels very claustrophobic. Maybe having some windows. Can I make some windows? And I said stairs, didn't I? I feel like it's going to look nicer having stairs up the back there. So let's do that instead of the wooden ladder. We've already got one. Rope ladder, sorry. And can we make 2? No, 1, 2. Yeah, we only need 2. I'm not going to go for 3. 2's fine. 1 either side. And again, to keep structure count down, I'm not going to actually put a window in the window frame. They're just going to go in there and I'll just replace them. When it's right, it'll be blue and it'll work. But there's all these snap points the game's trying to get its head around. There we go. That looks right to me. And then if I pop these stairs here. Lovely. There we go, and get up to the back of the boat. If only there was a wheel we could put here. I mean, there's probably ways I can imitate that kind of thing, but I would argue that's going to ruin structure count. So, I feel like the only things I can really think of adding now would be railings. Railings to the front. We'll need 5 at the front. 5 will be right, yeah. Do I want any for the back? We'll make a couple extra, maybe 3, because it's the magic number. Hey, you weren't going to get away with watching this without us hearing us say that, were you? So we'll get that sorted and get these on. Hopefully, they look dandy. Yeah, it just finishes off the bow of the boat. It's raised. It's got its, railing on so you can't fall in. I'm just looking. Do they look skew with? They are, but I think that's just how it goes. Do you know what? Can I pick these up super quick? If I'm super quick, can I get them all? I just want to check that they don't look better if I flip them. Because they're kind of sticking over the edge of the boat. I don't know if that's pleasing on the eye. So, flipping them in, does that look weird? And that's trying to snap high on the inside. Does that look better on the outside? Do you know what it does though, doesn't it? That does look a little bit better on the outside. So I'm going to try it. See if I can get this. Nope, it's gonna be an umpty. It's gonna have my life. I'm determined though. Nope, I'm just gonna have to keep trying to flip this. Cycle the flip on it till I get it right. There we go, we're in. Oh, I quite like the crossover actually at the front end as well. That's quite nice. A happy accident there. Why do they look different heights though? Which one's wrong? Let's see what happens here. Ooh, is our front one slightly off? Let's see. But that looks cool. I'm happy with that. You got to appreciate. There we go. That's it. You've got to appreciate a happy accident. So let's see what this is kind of starting to look like. Yeah, it's looking fairly boaty, for being inside the build count and for having so many features. Now, there is something that is glaringly obviously missing. And there's one way to solve this, and one way only. Flags. Now, I have messed about in the past with putting flags on pillars and ceilings and whatever, with different things that I've built. But I want to keep this count down as structures. So I'm just going to get a single panel flag. Do I have any hide on this? I guess it's going to be hide that I need. Yeah. And we're just going to simply make a few of these. I'd like 3. I can make 1 at the minute. We need more thatch, and then we're going to need the hide. RG, do you have any spare hide? Please have spare hide. Please, pretty please. Hey, we've got loads. Right, and I'm going to make 3 of these, I think. What am I missing now? Fibre. My God, you just never be carrying enough stuff, can you? Right. Where am I making flags? Calm down, man. What a Raji. Now, for this, I'm also going to want to make one of my favourite items in the game. A normal ladder. Just so I can get these aligned nicely. If you don't know about the ladder trick, I can't remember who I saw. There's a hole in the side of the boat. Here's me thinking I'm nearly finished. I don't need any materials on this. But I haven't repaired this, have I? Have I? No. Because I'm crackers. I guess I can get on the boat now, though, without needing the mammoth. Because I can just cycle into here from the outside. Does that make sense? And get up and onto the boat. But yeah, the ladder trick, it basically snaps parallel to foundations. So if you put it down, climb over it, it's raining again. My God. Then you're parallel with the foundations. And when you want to place things parallel, it's really handy. I think I'll go for things along that line there. Place the first one. I'm just going to shuffle this way. Now at the very top of the screen, I can just about see the boat shifting us. The edge of the flags. And I think I can probably get that stop shifting us just to line up with the edge of that one. And I'll do the same this way if I can, just so they look slightly tucked in. And there we go. I pick this ladder up now. I'll demolish it. And I think that should look fairly boaty. Apart from the gaping hole in the side that I still need to fix. Should I do that from the inside? Is that going to be easy enough? Nope, because it's on the other side. Wow, clever me. I guess that means there's a bit of a space here at the front of the boat that's not being utilised. Which is a little bit sad, I guess. Should be able to jump in from here. can't put doors here though, because they'll show up through the top. Alright, but what I can potentially do is put another trapdoor in. That's going to drop my count though of structures by 1. I think we go for it though, you know, it'd be nice to have some more room. So we'll make that, and then I'm going to need another trapdoor and another rope ladder. So let's head one more time to our mammoth. It's getting late. It's coming up to 6. It started getting dark at about 6 last time. But hopefully we can have this done and dusted just in time. Rope ladder, trapdoor. Let's get back to the boat quick. I want to take this for a spin while we can still see it. Whoa, whoa. That was some sick parkour. What the hell? Right. So I'm just going to replace... I'll keep it on the same side as the other one. And I'll just replace this. Got to make sure that snaps the right direction, which it has. I think it's the opposite way, though, to the other one. I guess... Oh, no, maybe not. Which way is that opening? It is. That's so annoying. But it's gonna do. And we'll pop that ladder that side. Just means when we go into here, you know, we climb out a slightly different way. But that's the boat done, I guess. Now, the moment of truth is going to be seeing how many more structures we can fit on this. We could do pillars, we could do ladders. But let's just start popping ladders about the place to see. Just so you guys know, so there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's looking good. Let's jump up here. What else? 7, 8, 9. We did get 10. We got exactly 10. What the hell? Right, so if you build this boat in official, you should be able to fit 10 structures on. And I guess let's just... We've got 2 of those. Maybe let's make 1 more. Just in case you don't need the structure count, I'll decide as I play through the playthrough. But I guess you could put things like railings up on the top of here. I don't know, maybe just give that boat a bit more of a finished feel. And even put the windows in the back. But yeah, that is my boat done. And get some Thames on top. I can get aside. And I can take this for a little whirl. Just as the rain stops and the sun's about to go down. It's probably nothing to be proud of, but I'm proud of it. As far as my building goes, that's pretty, and I'm happy with it. So, I'm going to call that episode there, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you've enjoyed it, please like, subscribe, and ring the notification bell. It really helps me out, means a lot, and I appreciate it. Check out the links in the description below. Maybe come join my ARK server. I also have a Discord, and I stream on Twitch pretty regularly. So hopefully I'll see you guys about. But until then, take care, look after yourselves, and I'll catch you later. Cheerio.